Hey, 7th graders and 6th graders. This is from Topic 8, Lesson 7, where you are learning about cross sections. A cross section is a way you slice through a three-dimensional object, and it is the shape that that slice makes. So, for example, on this problem, they made a vertical slice. Vertical means straight up and down. It was parallel to the left and right faces of the bread roll. That just means it's not going at diagonal at all. It's parallel to the front and to the back. And then what shape is the cross section? Well, if we sliced through right here with this hard piece of green metal, this light green portion is the shape that that cross section would make. The numbers on the side, 2 inches, that's the height of this bread loaf. 4 inches, that's how long it is one direction, and 3 inches is how long it is another direction. So when we look at this green right here, this distance, that's coming from this 4 inches, and this height is coming from this 2 inches. So we have the shape of this cross section is a rectangle that is 4 inches by 2 inches, and we can show it on here, 4 by 2. What are the shapes of horizontal and vertical cross sections of a rectangular prism, and how can you determine the dimensions of the cross section? A rectangular prism. This word right here, prism. Prism is a three-dimensional object where the top and the bottom match each other. So like, let's see if I can draw some 3D here. So like maybe I'm going to draw this cute little thing. So this is a prism. The top and the bottom match each other, and the sides are all rectangles. I could also draw like a triangular prism. You know what a better way for me to draw this? I'm going to draw it differently. I'm going to draw it like this. I'm going to draw kind of an old-fashioned tent. The kind of tent that you could create. This is hard. The kind of tent you would create if there was a tree over here and another tree over here, and there was a rope, and you threw this tarp over the rope. So following me, okay? So the top and the bottom that I'm talking about that have to match each other, those can be any shape polygon. In this case, the shape is actually a triangle. And I know I said top and bottom, but this is kind of like a prism that's on its side. So that triangle there, and then there's a matching one back here, the front door and the back door. Those are the triangles that they're talking about. And then the faces are all rectangles. So if I were to make the faces yellow, here's a face. There's another identical face on the other side, and then the third face is going to be what's actually on the ground. So, oh, I don't want to do that. So, prism, a prism is a 3D figure. The top and bottom match. They're actually matching polygons. Remember, a polygon is any shape that has straight edges. And remember again, when I say top and bottom, keep in mind sometimes the top and bottom are actually the left side and the right side. And then all the faces are rectangles. So in this example, there's 3 faces that are yellow rectangles. The top and bottom are actually red triangles, so they would call this a triangular prism. This figure over here, the top and the bottom are actually rectangles, and the sides are also rectangles. And so you name it, the second word is prism, and the first word is the shape that describes those polygons that matched each other. So in this case, we call it a rectangular prism. If I was going to describe this, I would describe this as a pup tent. I would describe this as actually a cube, if these are in fact squares. And I would describe this is like the rectangular prism. The best way I can describe that is like a shoebox. But those polygons at the top and bottom that have to match each other, like sometimes you'll see those polygons will be hexagons or you know, quite a bit of other things. So we're going to get to some of those also. Let me see if I can pause this. Example 2 is kind of interesting. In this case, this is not a prism, this is a pyramid. A pyramid, you know it's a pyramid because it has that bottom piece, just like a prism did, but instead of the top piece being identical, the top piece is just a point. And that's how you know it's a pyramid. And the type of pyramid it is depends on what the shape of the base is. So the base of this pyramid is a rectangle, and it goes to a single point, so they call it a rectangular pyramid. Pyramids are interesting because their sides are always triangles. If Kenya decided to slice the castle horizontally parallel to the base is on the bottom, so parallel to the base would be straight across this way. And in the next image, there's actually what that would look like. So all 3 of those green slices are parallel to the base, and notice every single time the shape is a shape similar to the shape of the base. Smaller, but similar. So if your base is a rectangle, all 3 of those are also rectangles. What's it say up here? Oh, hey, look at that. Okay. It's called a horizontal cross section. And all 3 of those horizontal cross sections are smaller than the actual base of the pyramid, which was 0.75 by 0.6. The horizontal cross sections decrease in size from top to bottom. To me, it looks like they increase in size from top to bottom. So I'm not sure what they mean by that. So we're just going to keep moving. And we already talked about that. So let's look at the try it. Oh no, I'm out of time. Oh no, I'm not out of time. I'm only at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Phew! Okay. So this section, this is the try it, and it says, if Kenya sliced the castle vertically through the vertex perpendicular to the base and intersecting the 0.75 foot edges, what would the cross section look like? Holy moly, that is confusing. So, and I don't think I can draw on this page either. Okay, so here's the vocab. They're going to slice it vertically. So we're not going to go across the front and the sides here. That's horizontally. We're going to go vertically, which is straight up and down. They want us to go right through the vertex, which is the tip point here. It's going to be perpendicular to the base, which means we're going to go straight down to the very middle of the pyramid. We're not going to be at an angle at all. It's almost like you're standing straight up and down and your body hits the ground at a 90-degree angle straight up and down. So we're going to go straight from here, straight down. And then the edges of this slice, like if this was a big knife, we'd be slicing through this 0.75 foot edge, not through this 0.6 foot edge. I did a little searching. All I did was type in cross-section rectangular pyramid, and this really cool thing popped up. So this one is a horizontal cross-section. This one is actually the one that we're looking for. It's a vertical slice straight through the vertex, hits the ground at a 90-degree angle, and it was cutting through this edge, and the green shape that it makes on the inside there is a triangle. Notice if you don't go through the vertex, but you're still going vertical down like from the edge, that would end up making a trapezoid. And actually, this is another cross section. It's not parallel or perpendicular to the ground. It's going at an angle, and it also makes a trapezoid. So earlier on, I said to you that it's not a bad idea if you have Play-Doh at home to create these shapes and to get out a butter knife and actually slice it yourself. It makes this a lot easier. So that's one key. The other key is the vocabulary is really difficult. I'm going to stop this here and I'm going to make another video for example 3.